Emma walked into the upscale restaurant wearing a simple cotton dress and worn sneakers, her hair pulled back in a messy bun. She clutched a faded purse that had seen better days, feeling completely out of place among the designer suits and expensive perfumes. Her friends had set up this blind date as a joke, claiming she needed to get out more. She almost turned around at the entrance, but something made her stay. At a corner table sat Alexander Chen, the youngest CEO of a Fortune 500 company, impeccably dressed in a tailored navy suit. His assistant had arranged this meeting with the daughter of a business associate, or so he thought. When Emma approached his table nervously, Alexander looked up from his phone and froze. There was something about her uncertain smile, and the way she apologized for being underdressed that struck him deeply. Most women he met were polished to perfection, calculating every word and gesture. But Emma was different. She didn't recognize him, didn't know about his wealth or status. Throughout dinner, Alexander found himself genuinely laughing for the first time in months. Emma spoke passionately about her work at a small community center, teaching art to underprivileged children. She shared stories about her students with such warmth that her whole face lit up. When the waiter brought the expensive wine menu, she quietly asked for water, trying to hide her discomfort with the prices. Alexander noticed everything. The way she carefully chose the least expensive items, how she offered to split the bill, her genuine interest in his opinions rather than his bank account. She asked him about his dreams, not his achievements. When he mentioned he worked in business, she didn't pry for details, but instead asked if it made him happy. That question haunted him because nobody had asked him that in years. As they walked out together, Emma's phone rang. It was the community center with an emergency about a broken heater. Without hesitation, she apologized and prepared to leave. Alexander offered to drive her there. What he saw changed everything. Emma worked tirelessly alongside janitors and volunteers to fix the heating system, her simple dress now covered in dust. She distributed blankets to elderly people waiting for repairs. Remembering each person's name and story, Alexander realized he was watching someone truly wealthy. Not in money, but in spirit, purpose, and genuine human connection. A week later, Emma received flowers at the community center with a note asking for a second date. She had no idea that the kind man from dinner had already quietly donated enough money to renovate the entire facility and fund scholarships for 50 children. Alexander had found something more valuable than any business deal. Someone who reminded him why success mattered in the first place, to make a real difference. Sometimes what we think we have nothing of is exactly what someone else has been desperately searching for all along. True value isn't found in designer, labels, or fancy credentials, but in the authenticity of a genuine heart and the richness of a purposeful life. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Voice for more inspiring tales that remind us what truly matters in life. Your support helps us spread more positivity and kindness in the world.